and everyone's waking up. So they try to shut down, put cottons in your ear. That's literally what Tufail, a grown man, an intellectual man, is doing because of the propaganda. He's putting cotton in his ears so he doesn't end up listening to the Prophet Muhammad. So then he says, as soon as I entered the mosque, I saw the Prophet Muhammad. Guess what? You can put cotton on your ears, you can shut down the TV, you can do whatever you want, but all it took was he saw the Prophet worshiping Allah. And he said, man, that attracted me. The way he was worshiping God, it attracted me, and I was like, what is this? There's something special about just the way his demeanor, his manner, something amazing about him. Those 500 people yesterday, alhamdulillah, I don't think anyone got out and screamed and broke the law or anything. They all went home and they made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do we not think that will have an impact on an observer who sees, like, who are these people? How do they come here? Only 4 of them get to talk among the 50 people that signed up, and then they just go home and they say, Allahu Akbar, Allah is the one that's greater and He will take care of us. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. What kind of people are these? Do you not feel, my brothers and sisters, that that in itself shows the power of Islam to people? And not just non-Muslims, but even weaker people in Islam who have not committed to Islam fully, they become motivated to become better Muslims. So Tufail now says, withstanding the precaution I had taken, God willed for me that some of what Rasulullah was saying would actually enter my ears, even with all of that cotton and me blocking my ears. I still ended up hearing to guess what the Prophet says? He simply goes on to explain him the message of Islam, and then he recites Surah Al-Ikhlas and Surah Al-Falaq, something that we all know. Most powerful surahs of the Quran are very little ayat. Right? We live with these surahs. Everyone here has memorized them. The Prophet literally recited these 2 surahs, and Tufail said, it's as if my whole life changed. Iman started to enter my heart, and I immediately said that La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to appreciate La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Ameen. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him that openness of the heart. And that is what Al-Fatah can do. He can open up the hearts of even disbelievers. Don't forget Omar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhu. He was a staunch enemy of the Muslims. But even his heart was opening while he was a disbeliever towards Islam. And he became one of the greatest legends in Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Al-Fatah open the hearts of those who were listening but pretended to not listen. And to make friends out of enemies that we think are enemies right now. But Allah will open their hearts to the truth. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be better Muslim. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر لكم إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. So my brothers and sisters, the most important part, and inshallah we'll try to do a part 2 of this to go real deep into Surah Al-Fatah, in the name of Allah, Al-Fatah. One day inshallah we'll start a series on the names of Allah during our regular programming here, because this is something that is of the highest priority for us to relay with our youth and our families, is to know who Allah is. So how do we connect to the name of Allah, Al-Fatah? This is the only time I'll have remaining, is how do I actually connect to this name of Allah? Number 1 is to have taqwa. Again, it doesn't surprise us, but there is a connection between this name of Allah, Al-Fatah, becoming manifested in our life and our taqwa and consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a deep connection between the two. The better you become as a Muslim, this name starts to open up for you. The doors of Allah's mercy and the things that He will do for you, which we didn't get to talk about today, will open up for you in ways you can't even imagine. And one of the things Al-Fatah does is He opens up lands for the believers. And this is from the Quran. But inshallah, we'll cover that in another part of the khutbah. But here's the ayah in Surah Al-A'raf, verse number 96, where Allah connects taqwa with the access to this name, Al-Fatah. وَلَوْ أَنَّ أَهْلَ الْقُرَىٰ آمَنُوا وَاتَّقَوْا لَفَتَحْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ بَرَكَاتٍ مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلَكِنْ كَذَّبُوا فَأَخَذْنَاهُمْ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. And if only the people of the cities had believed and had consciousness and feared Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way He deserves, we would have opened for them blessings from the heavens and the earth. Those locked doors right now, if the ummah was awake through all these years when we were sleeping, Allah would have opened up doors for us in ways we can't imagine from the heavens and the earth. But they denied the messengers, so we seized them from what they used to earn. So Allah blocked their access to things that Allah can give access to. But alhamdulillah, now that the ummah is reviving and it's coming back, Allah is going to open up doors for us. May Allah make of those, ameen. Secondly is to call unto Allah by this name, and I will end with this dua as a practical tip for everyone. And you must have read this dua before, but notice here the name of Allah Al-Fattah is mentioned, but we just might not have paid attention. But this dua now becomes very important to get access to this name of Allah. And so try to recite it in your head as I mentioned this dua, and I'm sure many of you have heard of this. Asbahna wa asbaha al-mulku lillah rabbil alameen. Allahumma inni as'aluka khayra hadha al-yawm fathahu ونوره ونصره ونوره وبركته وهداه وأعوذ بك من شر ما فيه وشر ما بعده. Make this the dua that you start your day with every single day, so you have access to the name of Allah Al-Fattah. The meaning is, oh Allah, we have reached this morning, this day, and this very time. All the sovereignty, everything, all the rule belongs to you. All these people can pretend to be kings, but the real king is you, O Allah. Lord of the worlds, O Allah, I ask you for the good of this day, its victories, its support, the openness, opening doors for us, and its light and its blessing and its guidance. And I take refuge in you from the evil of this day and the evil that follows it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who get access to this name of Allah, who increase our love for Allah by learning about these names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah Al-Fattah open the hearts of those who are blocking the aid that needs to get to our brothers and sisters in Gaza, and to help our brothers and sisters there, and to make us a means of ease for them. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahima innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahima innaka Hamidum Majid. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر مستضعفين في كل مكان. اللهم انصر مستضعفين في فلسطين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله.